So one of my neighbours, let's call him neighbour X, came over 4 or 5 days ago asking to borrow a pulverizer, one of those bottles that you fill up, pump, and then spray plants with or disinfect, etc. Had one in the shed. So obviously, we all lend each other things occasionally. So I lent it to him and said, "Oh, just incidentally, what are you using it for?" He said, "Oh, I've got to fumigate the house because of the insects. We've got a lot of flies at the moment all over this area." Like I pointed out before, actually, we don't know why prolifically they're here at this time of year. Usually they come in September when the temperature's about right. We don't know because it's agricultural, whether it's to do with farming, whether it's to do with fruit and vegetables rotting away. But there's a lot of flies here. Anyway, so I said, "Yeah, of course you can." He said, "Oh, I've got to go get some liquid, and then you pour it in, mix it with the water, and spray all up in the corners, and that sorts out the flies, the wasps, etc. as we approach summer." He said, "Oh, I'll give it back to you tomorrow. I'll get the liquid tonight." Anyway, 5 days it's been, and he came back today looking all sheepish, and he said, "Can't get it. Can't get the liquid." I was like, "Right, okay, there's no problem. We don't need it at the moment. We got some fly paper up. That sticky stuff, it traps them, so we're okay." And it's just the look on his face. He couldn't believe it. 5 days he couldn't get some liquid simply to fumigate his house, because a lot of people have to do that in the summer here, especially in the area that we're in. A lot of wasps and flies. So we look into the rules a little bit more, and we know this anyway, but having first-hand experience is different, I guess. You have to make an appointment by telephone or email with your local hardware store. Your local hardware store, I think, can't be any bigger than 4,000 or 400 square feet. Otherwise, it can't open, and it can only have 10 people in at a time anyway. But you have to actually phone up to make an appointment to buy, and you need to tell them what item you want before you go. So this is what my neighbour X is going to do. He's going to phone the hardware store. He's going to tell them what he wants. He's going to make an appointment at a time slot. He's going to drive there in his car, queue, pick it up, drive home, fumigate, give me my bottle back. What an absolute disgrace to make adults. He's got a couple of young kids that come and stay with him as well. What a disgrace to make a grown working man, because he's still working. He works for a food distribution centre, so he's one of the lucky ones that still has work. But to make him do that, meanwhile, flies and wasps everywhere because we've suffered a bad heat wave here. Give you an idea, 4 or 5 days ago at night, I was out wearing a ski jacket, literally wearing a ski jacket. Now, at night it's 25°C, and during the day it's sort of 37, 38. So this summer we're expecting temperatures here, mid 40s to 50s. We get that anyway, so God knows what we're looking at here. Ground temperature I record at about 68 Celsius. I've got a laser thermometer, which I used to use to measure the moon temperature, actually. And yes, it's cold, done all the experiments. I won't say anything more than that, but we definitely know it's cold fusion coming from that big beaming thing in the sky. So yeah, what is it going to be like in, is this ever going to go back to normal, especially here? Will you ever be able to just walk into a shop, or will it be literally like Orwell's 1984, where you have to make an appointment to see the person and you're the only person in the shop? It all gets a bit creepy from there, doesn't it? Cheers.